we are. It is quarterfinals day in the Futsal Club Championship. As match number 30 sees Bhawanipore FC take on Minerva Academy in what is probably the pick of the quarterfinal clashes in the Futsal Club Championship. We've already had the first quarterfinal done and dusted. Corbett FC, the defending champions, are through to the semi-finals with a 5-3 victory over Juggernaut FC. Right now we're at the Shri Manoj Sarkar Stadium in Uttarakhand for quarter-final number 2. Both these sides have been in really good form. Bhawanipore took their group by storm and topped it. Minerva Academy coming second in their group and setting up this clash. Minerva Academy, of course, have been superb in the past. In this competition, Bhawanipore have built a really strong side and are looking to get into the semi-finals. It's anybody's game for the taking, of course. Whatever happened in the league stage has to be put behind you as we look ahead to what should be a cracking quarterfinal too. We've had some high intensity, dramatic league stage games, especially on Tuesday, where the final group standings were sorted out. But there is nothing quite like knockout futsal. So there are the two skippers. David or Avida from Bhawanipore Minerva Academy, led by Swaraj. And the match officials for today, Melvin Stanley Rodriguez and Paritosh Vats, the on-field refs, on-court refs, and the third referee, Anshul Dikshit, Vishal Vaja, the timekeeper. Match commissioners, Haubam Kamba Singh. And my name's Liam. I'll be taking you through quarterfinal 2. Always a pleasure as we look forward to this clash. Bhawanipore FC head coach Joshua Stanvaz, with all his experience, names this starting 5: Sankima, Nikhil Mali, David, Vincent, and Kastur Das. Head coach of Minerva, Sumit Kumar, and he names Swaraj, Lal, Thapa, James, and Lalit. Lots of options, of course, on both benches, which we'll go through. But for now, we kick off quarterfinal 2 of the Futsal Club Championship. The minute we saw the draw, we knew that this is going to be a cracker. Bhawanipore FC take on Minerva Academy. We've got some superb players on display. Speaking of which, there's Nikhil Mali. As Bhawanipore play in their blue strip, Minerva in the white. Opportunity. And it's a foul before you could get too excited about that first proper chance. This is the 4th edition of the Futsal Club Championship. Minerva Academy moving across really nicely. That is beautiful footwork, saved by the keeper. And now on the counter, Bhawanipore try to move forward. In fact, they pass it all the way back. Need to clear it away. Kastur Das does that. Minerva Academy 2022-2023 champions. Also Delhi FC 2021-2022 champions. The buzzer's gone for some reason, not sure why. Was that an accident? Either ways, we continue. Here's Thapa, tries to get it away, loses possession. Vincent cuts it back. And now the shot comes in from Nikhil Mali, who scores! A big mistake from Minerva. And they know all too well about Nikhil Mali. Bhawanipore strike first in this high-octane quarterfinal. Himanshu Thapa giving the ball away a little too easily there. Avida setting it up, and Nikhil was always going to go the other side of the keeper. Minerva under pressure here. Try to play out from the back again. Doesn't work. Vincent sets it for Nikhil. Sankema shoots. Great shot. Tipped over the bar by Swaraj, who was beaten easily in that first move. Couldn't do much about it. Defense losing possession a little too easily there. Another shot, this time wide from Avida. And as I said, Minerva have all this experience in the Futsal Club Championship. And they know all too well that you can't be losing possession in those situations. Nikhil Mali scoring against his former side again. Here he is, sets that up. That could have been two. Avida almost there. Long ball played. And Minerva under a bit of pressure early on. Had a good chance before this, but weren't really able to hit the back of the net. Here's Vincent. Cuts inside, plays it backwards. Nikhil taking control of the game. Took a while to get going after his injury. First game looked a bit, I won't say off pace, but just took a while to get going. And now he's found his full flow, and when he starts finding the back of the net early on in a game, then you know he means business. Here's Mali once again, cuts inside, scores an absolute blinder. Nikhil Mali, the man for the big occasion, scores a beautiful individual goal. I just said that he thrives on situations like that. Look at this. Went onto his left foot, cut inside, and gets it past all four of those scrambling Minerva Academy defenders. Brilliant stuff. Most valuable player in the first two editions of the Futsal Club Championship. Out through injury, and now he's back where he belongs. Bhawanipore take a 2-0 lead. I'm sure, of course, they would have said, let's be careful of him, let's be careful of everybody, even this player on screen, Sankima. Wonderful season last year, wonderful performance this season as well. Vincent and Avida also playing superb futsal right now. Here's Avida again. Loses possession though and then wins it back. Lalwadzela getting the ball off him initially, but then the skipper of Bhawanipore doing a great job. And that's another one. He's made it 3. Nikhil Mali, the hat-trick hero, is taking this game away from Minerva Academy. Just running past them with ease. Sidestepping and playing it through, and the defense just can't deal with Nikhil Mali's brilliance. There are certain players who in the league stage just get their feet accustomed to the pace of the tournament. And once the knockouts come, they come alive, and he's one of those. Already 3 in this quarterfinal. This could be the 4th for Bhawanipore almost, for Vincent. This is a shocking start for Minerva Academy. Under pressure once again. Avoiding the back pass to the keeper. And then a clearance. They don't know what's hit them for the time being. They need a goal here, Minerva Academy. They just need a few attacks. There's Lal, tries to play it wide, doesn't get it first time. And now on the counter, Bhawanipore have a 3-on-2 situation, plays it wide. This will be 4. Vincent sets it up for David. And the floodgates have opened for Bhawanipore FC. They look like they are unstoppable. Forget about looking like, they are unstoppable right now. Possession lost. And on the counter, lightning quick. Absolutely astonishing. And within the space of 5 minutes, they've scored 4. This time, Nikhil wasn't involved. They've almost lost possession again here, Minerva. Sandipora is on. What a performance already. There is time, but they've got to score 4. And Bhawanipore don't look like they're going to stop anytime soon. Rolupuya is also on, also known as Kemama. Sets that shot up for Ora. Good save. Nikhil Mali almost got 4 there. Smashed it straight into Swaraj, who still had to make the save. I did say this was a game we were looking forward to. It still could be the game where Minerva Academy mounts some sort of a comeback. It will be very tough, but you can't put it past them. But they need to score the next goal. Chance there, but put wide by Lalit. Bhawanipore have had a solid group stage, as I said. 16-2 versus Golazo. 9-4 victory versus Corbett. 7-4 victory versus Thangkliang. fantastic team that they have built, and of course getting the results to match. But as I said, knockouts are a different situation. Sachin is also on. Plays it backwards. A different looking starting, or rather five right now. And that'll be a foul. Right under the referee's nose. Waited for the contact there. Rolapuya. I knew exactly what was coming. It was slight contact, not much. On the other hand, Minerva Academy, they started off with a big loss. Conceded 8 to Juggernaut, who are now out of the competition. They lost their quarterfinal. They lost that one 8-2, which was a really big defeat. Then they beat Triumph FC 9-0. Beat Real Lona 7-1. And came second in Group A. Another ball over the top. Good header out there from Sankima. Sankima, the best player of last season's Futsal Club Championship. The final was played between Corbett FC and Golazo FC. This Bhawanipore FC team coming here from Kolkata, but getting players who have perfected the futsal craft in the last few years. And that's what it's all about, building a strong side. And speaking of which, look at that. A quick quadruple substitution. Really nice touch there from Shamshad Ali. Chance to shoot from a distance from Sanjay Sharma, who's just on as well. Sandeep Ora stays on the pitch, and even Shubho Khatwa is on. So what they're doing is keeping the keeper the same and changing 3 players at a time, keeping one common. Did the same with Sankima. But now Sankima is also off. That's one back easily by Shamshad Ali. Minerva just not finding their passing fluidity right now. Shamshad gets it back, plays it wide. Nice pass, chance to shoot. Maybe not taken first time. Could have got the ball first time. They haven't cleared it away. He gets it again. Good shot. Off balance there by Shamshad. Decent save again from Swaraj. Not the best of corners. What a start. Nikhil Mali, a hat trick within the first 4-5 minutes. This could be a chance here. Shamshad Ali couldn't get that under control. If he did, Could have been a problem there for Swaraj. That's a nice move. Minerva looking for their first. Not taking the shot early enough. Not able to get out of those tight areas right now. And as I said, Bhawanipore building such a strong squad. Already, most of the players have taken the pitch and have had a positive impact on it. Here's Sandeep. Back to Sanjay. Looks for the ball through. Now holding on to possession. They know exactly the position they are in. A fine, frenetic flurry of goals. And now a chance to just hold on, invite the opposition, slowly open out the spaces. Just like that, Sandeep has a chance to square it. Oh, and on the rebound, Shamshad Ali all finding that bottom right corner which he was looking for. Minerva still need to keep fighting. They know that a game of futsal can turn on its head at any time. We've got a couple of quarterfinals more lined up for you today. Goal Hunters take on Ambalem Sports Club at 4 p.m. And then TOFA take on Hazrat Nizamuddin, who had a grand turnaround on the final day of the league stage to make it through. So now another switch of players from Bhawanipore's point of view. Jayesh comes on, as does Nikhil and Sankima. A change for Minerva. Nalraj Zala is back on. Here's Kima, plays it wide. Was a little too close to that right foot. For David, who's also back on, the skipper. Such a fast-paced game. You've got to keep rotating your players. That's what Joshua Vaz is doing. There's Nikhil Mali. Twisting, turning, shooting. What a save! Swaraj gets to his right and gets an important touch. They just can't deal with Nikhil Mali at the moment. Sumit Kumar trying to keep his players motivated, focused. Doesn't want them to give up, of course. There's still a lot of time in this game. Halfway through the first half. Nice ball from Kima, but intercepted by Lalraj Zela. That's a nice ball through. Good save. In fact, it was a shot rather than a pass. David sets it up for Nikhil Mali. And he scored. That's gone into the back of the net and come back out. 5 for Bhawanipore. 4 for Nikhil Mali. And it could be the final four. It could be the semi-finals beckoning for the side from Kolkata. Easy setup, easy finish. Nikhil Mali will score those in his sleep. And on the counter, so deadly. That is why you have to be absolutely perfect when you have possession against teams like this. A shot which was saved by the keeper and it came out, and then all too easy. Incredible performance here from Bhawanipore. Here they come again. David sets it up. Could have played it early. That's what he's telling Nikhil. Touch of brilliance today from Nikhil Mali. Here they come again. This time the shot from Sankima was saved by Swaraj, who's had a really good game. Even though he's been beaten 5 times, he's made so many saves. There's Nikhil Mali. A lot of these Bhawanipore players, of course, have played for the Indian national side, the Indian national futsal team. The coach Joshua Stanvaz was also coach of the Indian national side. As I said, building a superb team, but you still got to play like it, and they're doing exactly that. Formidable stuff from them. Shot from the right hand side goes over the top. Nothing comes off that. Can they find some kind of a fight back here, Minerva Academy? Need to dig deep. Even if it's a couple of goals, just change the momentum a bit. Put a bit of pressure on Bhawanipore, who haven't broken a sweat right now. Another setup. Just about intercepted. Chance for a counter. 3-on-2 situation. Pass is not played. That needs to be a lot better because now it's a counter. Nikhil plays it wide. Almost gets it back from Jayesh. What happens is when you have a 3-on-2 situation and then you lose the ball there, the opponents have a 2-on-1 situation and they can score on the counter. So you've got to either get that shot out of play, but the worst thing, or pass it, but the worst thing to do is not pass it and leave yourself susceptible to a counter. And that's what's happened a couple of times from a Minerva point of view. Minerva Academy champions, of course, of the second edition of the Futsal Club Championship. Sandeep Ora comes on now for Jayesh. Bit of a stoppage as the floor gets mopped up. What high intensity though from the Bhawanipore side. Sandeep plays it through. Shamshad tries to set it up. That pass doesn't work from Swaraj. Here's Nikhil Mali again. Ball gets stuck underneath his legs though. And this is an opportunity for Minerva. What a chance. But it's not been taken. It was James on the end of it, tried to chip it over. Kastur Das wasn't able to. And those are the goals, those are the chances that need to go in, or else you'll be left wondering, left pondering, and left with very little chance to beat a side like Bhawanipore. Here's Nikhil once again. A great burst of pace from him, appreciated by Shamshad. 5 minutes to play in this first half. 5 goal lead for Bhawanipore. Here's Swaraj, joins the attack. Maybe this is. Oh, this is an opportunity from a distance, almost goes in. I was just about to say maybe this is a ploy that Minerva are going to use. Doesn't look like it's something that will be too fruitful for them because they've almost conceded. Very easy for these kinds of players to find the target from that distance. Just have to chip it into the goal. That'll be timeout. Minerva have a chance to gather themselves, discuss a few things for a minute, and take a breather because Bhawanipur have been playing at a blistering pace and have been a cut above the rest in this Futsal Club Championship and are on the verge of a semi-final already because they have a 5-0 lead and they don't look like they're going to give it up by any means unless Minerva can come out and produce something magical. So 5 to play. Sachin lets that go as he comes back on for Bhawanipur. Here's Nikhil, who's really feeling himself today. Sets it up for Shamshad. Back to Nikhil. Sachin for Shamshad. Back to Sachin. That was a glorious move and was deserving of a goal if that final pass went through. Nikhil gets shrugged off it on that occasion. And again, Minerva aren't able to capitalize on that chance. And a big test for Bhawanipur. Oh, that's a good ball to Shamshad. Doesn't get there. Big test was that game versus Corbett FC. Last year's champions, and they won that 9-4. There again, Nikhil Mali got a hat trick in within the span of a few minutes. From the 24th to 28th minutes, he scored 3 and then 1 in the 37th. Scored 4 in total in that game. Chance to shoot here. Over the top. Scored 1 in the first game. 1 out of 16, which is quite unusual for him. That's why I said that he was just finding his pace after coming back from an ACL surgery or rather injury. and then getting two more versus Klangtiang when they won 7-4. So already up to 11 goals with today's 4 goals. Nikhil Mali eyeing for that top scorer, which of course he has won in the past. Scored 24 goals in one edition. But here a lot of his teammates are also sharing the scoring. That'll be a foul. Orao takes a shot. Good save. Swaraj saw that from around the defender. Expected it to be shot. Oh, that's gone through the legs of the keeper. An unfortunate touch, taking it away from Swaraj, and that is 6 for Bhawanipore out of nowhere. That'll be an own goal. Couldn't really see what happened. Oh, it hit the Minerva player's foot. Swaraj didn't expect it to come through. It hit his feet and then went through. And this is turning into a one-sided affair. It already was actually. But now it's going to the point of no return for Minerva, I beg your pardon. All too easy for Bhawanipore FC. All the action of the Futsal Club Championship on the Indian Football YouTube channel. We've got all 4 quarterfinals for you today. A break tomorrow as we all celebrate Independence Day. Then the semi-finals and the finals where we look to crown the champions of India. One back here by Sandeep. Waits for a runner down the right but played it towards the left. But that move was always going to work only if that runner on the right got the ball. Here's Vincent. Moving into spaces so well. Twisting and turning. Opening out different gaps. Here Bhawanipore. Just brilliant to watch. As I said, masters of this futsal. Again a nice 1-2 and finished off wonderfully well by Shubho Khatwa. Set up by Sandeep. 7th heaven for Bhawanipore. And one of the most delightful goals you'll see. A quick 1-2, easy as you like. That's how simple it can be sometimes. Pass, move, finish. Sounds easy, but the best make it look easy. And Bhawanipore right now are looking like the best, playing like the best. Of course, still a lot to do. Still just the quarterfinals. Can't get ahead of themselves, of course. Looks like Vishwajit is getting a talking to from the referee. Not too happy with that one, by the looks of it. Another shot. This time it's wide from Rolapuya. Nice ball over the top, headed away by Sandeep, who's had a superb game. Dink over the top, doesn't work this time. Minerva still aren't able to score. Sandeep goes through two, sets it up, went for the flick there. Rualapuya, I think he went to set it to Shamshad. Oh, in fact, Shubho, I beg your pardon, who already scored one a few moments ago. Would have been a tap in for him. That's another shot. Well saved and then well blocked. Swaraj has had a really good game, but he can't do much about the goals he's conceded. An unfortunate own goal as well, which maybe he could have stopped, but that's okay, it happens. Here's Rolapuya. Couldn't get the shot away. Good block. 30 seconds to go. Can Minerva get something to take into half time? No. That's a shot over the top. Here's Shubho. Last few seconds for Bhawanipore to try and make it 8. Not there. They can't lose possession again as Lalraj Zela makes sure to keep hold of the ball. And that is it. That is the first half. A half where Bhawanipore blow away Minerva within a flash. Nikhil Mali at the center of it all, and a dejected Minerva Academy will have to go into the dressing room, and Sumit Kumar will have to pull out something spectacular if they are going to stop the magic of Bhawanipur FC, because they're running away with this quarter final as things stand. A confident bunch and a motivated bunch. They want to go all the way, of course. That is the plan. That's the kind of team they've made with Joshua Stan Vaz at the helm. And that's how it stands. All too good for Bhawanipur FC as they have a 7-0 lead at halftime in this quarterfinal. We'll go into a bit of a breather and come back for the second half. Welcome back to action. We're live on the Indian Football YouTube channel. The second quarter final of the Futsal Club Championship and Bhawanipore have been superb. 7-0 so far with 20 minutes of the second half, the entirety of the second half to go. So here we go. And as we start, Bhawanipore on the attack get a foul. Nikhil Mali brought down. That's basically the only way to stop him today. Puya, Sankima and Mali all together. They will disperse as this free kick is taken by David. Sankima just told to stay back for a bit. Mali takes a shot over the top. Bit of a blocking situation there, which we see in corners during 11 aside. You see in basketball quite a bit. Just blocking the defenders from in turn blocking the pass. A block of a block actually. Here's Nikhil. Tries to get past. Doesn't go his way though, it's a foul. Here come Minerva. Chance to shoot. In fact, the square pass was played. And now very quickly Bhawanipore played away. Nikhil. One-on-one situation. Plays it through. I thought he was going to take on his man, but he decided not to. Swaraj has made some really top saves this afternoon, but to no avail so far. 7 conceded. Bhawanipore topping Group B, facing Minerva, the runner-up of Group A. And the winner of this game will play the winner of quarterfinal 4. Here's another chance. This time the ball goes wide. The shot from Puya, well set up there by David. That's a nice pass through. But Minerva play that too wide. Still have a chance. Cut back. Kima's always there. 3-on-2 situation. Kima scores. Easy as you like. That's 8 for Bhawanipore. Minerva lose possession, and within a blink of an eye, Kima runs all the way the length of the pitch and toe pokes it home. He's a fantastic player. Watched him from close quarters back in Kolkata, where I am from as well. Played his college years there and was superb. And was always a very smart player, and he's showing it here. Knows exactly when to move, how to move, when to play the pass, and moves really quickly as well. Got a perfect blend of everything. That's why he's doing this at the highest level. In Kolkata, we like to play our small pitched games, our five-a-side games. Very popular. That's why futsal also really popular. The indoor format still taking a bit of time to get going. Otherwise, five-a-side is a fantastic game to play. Once you get used to futsal and the ball sticking to your feet and the flair and the fluidity of it, there's nothing better. Here's Nikhil Mali this time, a bit of a loose touch. Nikhil one away from Younger, who has 12 goals in the competition so far. Nikhil on 11. Yes, Kima can set it up, takes a shot instead. Nikhil's headers over the top. Another opportunity, this time the toe poke from Bhawanipore, who's trying to get himself a goal as well. Oh, in fact, it was a corner. Could have played it towards Nikhil Mali too. As Nikhil can't keep that under control this time round. Dink over the top. That's a nice ball. Chance for Minerva. And Amit Shaw, who's keeping now, comes out and does well. And actually prevents a shot from being taken. Three minutes played. Nice ball from Kima. Set up there brilliantly. What a goal! Phenomenal stuff from Bhawanipore. David set it up. That's why he gets a bit of a shine to the boot from Rodapuya, who finishes that with ease. Held it up for him. Nice touch away from the defender and also opened up the angle there so that it was easier to just poke into that left bottom corner. 9-0 for Bhawanipore. Absolutely fantastic. Here's Kima. Runs through. Sets up another pass, but this time a little too late from David. Kima wins it back. Saved by the keeper. This is turning out to be a landslide. Another setup. Nikhil Mali almost plays it back towards David. Mali gets his fifth of the day, taking him into that top scorer slot. And I don't think it'll be the last one for him in this competition. A great setup again by Kima. Not an easy finish from Nikhil Mali. But as I said, the best make it look easy. Tucked it into that top right corner. And Bhawanipore hit double digits. Here's David. And they hit double digits for the second time in the competition. But Minerva have absolutely been torn apart. Here's Kima again. For Nikhil Mali now, who will have his sights set on that golden boot. Will that be a corner? Don't think so. By the looks of it, they will play the winners of Tofa, Total Football Academy, and Hazrat Nizamuddin Club. Bhawanipore will back themselves for that semi-final as well. And all four players getting swapped. That's the beauty of having such an immaculate squad depth. Another ball over the top. Shubho Holds on to it for a bit. Nice move again, this time blocked. Will be a corner. Bhawanipore scored 32 goals in the league stage. Conceded 10, now they've scored 10 here, 42. Dominant display. Bit of a clash there, this could be a foul. And it is. Joshua Vaz has a lot of experience coaching and playing, of course, coming in from Goa. Here's a chance for Minerva. Good move. Shot is taken. Great save by Amit. Josh Vava is not happy with that defensive display. Doesn't want to concede, I'm sure. Clean sheets are very rare in futsal. No matter how many you score, you are always susceptible to conceding. Such is the format. Minerva Academy did keep a clean sheet in one of the group games. Shubho does well to set it up. Could have taken a shot early because he was one-on-one with the keeper who had come out of the D. They've lost possession again. Shamshad Ali sets it up. Shubho finishes. And it's number 11 for Bhawanipore. What are Minerva doing at the back? The whole team comes up for that celebration. Easy as you like for Shubho. He scored his second for the day. Minerva have got to at least improve and not get themselves into these sticky positions. Yes, there's good pressing from Bhawanipur, but they're inviting them there. They've got to play it out from the back a little quicker. "13 to play as Bhawanipur would love a clean sheet but would love a few more goals. As I said, in this Futsal Club Championship, hardly any clean sheets. Juggernaut kept one versus Real Lona, 5-0 victory. Minerva Academy kept one, 9-0 victory versus Triumph. Here's a chance to shoot. Good block by Sanjay Sharma tracking the run. Thang Tlangtiang Futsal Club kept a clean sheet versus Corbett. That's 3-0. And that's pretty much it. Three clean sheets so far in the competition. Swaraj comes up. Amit wants to go for a throw himself, but then Swaraj made it back. That's a nice flick. As Minerva defend that one, that should be a foul. Shamshad with a touch. That was a foul for sure. Group B was actually a pretty tough one as compared to the other groups. I have Golazo, who played the final last year, and Corbett FC, who won the final last year, both in the same group. Bhawanipore, who are one of the favorites. As I said, lots of Indian futsal team players playing in one team. Or this will be easy. This will be a hat trick for Shubho Khatwa. And Minerva are imploding. Amit comes in again. They've planned all the celebrations. Minerva are not happy with the decision. Ball was picked up by Shamshad Ali. Set it up for Shubho. He loves just passing the ball most of the time there, Shamshad. Very selfless player. This is looking very, very glum for Minerva because they've conceded 12. There's still 13 minutes to go. Not helping themselves either. Here's Ali. Might want a goal of his own. Might get a chance to score it too. The way things are going. We saw a 17-4 victory from Juggernaut versus Afuyemi in only the second game of the tournament. That was a huge victory. 16-2 from Bhawanipore as well. Nikhil Mali looks like he's all done today. Unless he's coming back on soon. Might have changed the t-shirt as well. Here's an opportunity again. This time the pass didn't come through for Shamshad Ali, who played a pass initially for Shubho. Could have returned the favor. Sanjay plays it through. Shubho sets it up for Shamshad, but there is a touch in it. So that 14 or that should be it. Yes, it is. Finally, Shubho sets one up for Shamshad Ali, who gets his goal. They're celebrating every goal because it does matter. Every goal counts, and every goal is a special moment when you score in the Futsal Club Championship. Possession given away too easily. Shubho sets it up for Shamshad. 13 now for Bhawanipore. And they won by 14 goals against Golazo FC. Juggernaut won by 13 against Afuyemi. So two more and they will have the biggest winning margin. Nikhil Mali has come back on. So it wasn't a change of t-shirt. He is back. It was just the bib on. And he knows, I'm sure he knows, that he had scored 7. Now he scored 5. Younger was on 12. One goal will take him to the top scorers list. Rather, top of the top scorers list. Unstoppable. That is the word to describe Bhawanipore. So this has turned out to be a one-sided quarterfinal. They've lost possession again this time, saved by Swaraj. Not being able to hold against the press of Bhawanipore. But as I said, we've got 2 more quarterfinals coming up for you. Goal Hunters versus Ambilum Sports Club. And then Tofa versus Hazrat Nizamuddin. Kima's back. Here Minerva trying to play it through, but Kima does well. He might get the ball back from Nikhil here. Gets absolutely clattered, but it wasn't a foul. He was always falling. Still holding on to this clean sheet here, Bhawanipore. Kima goes for the dink over the top. Played it a little too late, I feel. Nikhil couldn't hold on to possession. Shot is wide. That attempt from Suraj Bhairat. Tough to spot the jersey numbers. Same color as the jersey itself from Minerva's point of view. This white camo that they have sported. There's Nikhil Mali. Chance for 14 for Bhawanipore. Lays down the keeper and scores another. But still wants to celebrate. They've got all the pictures ready. Bhawanipore. Look at that. Was always going to wait for the keeper to drop and then slot it past him. Mm, 14 is the margin now. And of course, Minerva Academy making waves in Indian football, the under 14 team, which won all those competitions, the biggest youth competitions in foreign land. And have done the country so proud. Minerva Academy always a mainstay in Indian football. Winners, of course, of the second Futsal Club Championship. This man was pivotal in it. But now plying his trade for Bhawanipore, getting ready for what will be another semi-final for him. Possession lost again, a bit of a slip. Still 9 minutes to go. It's never ending from a Minerva point of view. Just hasn't been their day so far. Shot is taken. In fact, a deflection straight into the keeper's hands. Looks like there's a change in goalie as well for Minerva. Yash Shidhawat is on. And that should be... Oh, Nikhil skies that one. It was a good game from Swaraj. He's had a really tough time in the post, but he made save after save. Could have easily been around 20 without him. Now Yash has to come in and take over. Attack's just not working from Minerva's point of view. That time the pass doesn't work from Jayesh. And he was cross with himself too. Possession given away again. Nikhil will score yet another. All too easy. And that's 15 for Bhawanipore. You've got a feel for Minerva. It's just going from bad to worse. They're just losing possession so easily. And that's another one that they'll have to watch fly into the back of the net. That's a shot. Well saved. Keepers haven't had much to do from a Bhawanipore point of view. That's a lovely move from Rolopuya. Went for that first post shot, which was always on. Eight minutes to go. That's a block from his own player. Jayesh gets that touch. It was maybe trying to flick it towards the goal. 15, which is the biggest margin of victory so far, might just become bigger. Speaking, of course, in context of this particular Futsal Club Championship. There's Mali. Takes another shot, but good save from Yash. Here's another chance for him. Mali can set it up or go himself. He goes himself. It's blocked. David sets up another chance. Shot is taken. It hits the post. Really nice move there from Sachin Patil, wanting to add his name to the score sheet. .720 to play. Can Bhawanipore keep a clean sheet, or can Minerva at least have a goal to speak about in what has been a forgettable afternoon here? Expected this to be a slightly more competitive affair, but Bhawanipur have just run through them. Here is Nikhil again. Does well to open it up and almost hits it towards that left post. Jayesh chips it over the top. And again, possession given away. Straight to Jayesh. But David couldn't carry it forward. 3-on-2 situation here for Minerva. Poor pass. Lalit recycles. Shot is taken. Great save by Amit. Lalit did well to set that back up. Here comes David. Tries to go past. Good defensive work, but he still has possession. Oh, what a wonderful ball for Jayesh, who hits it first time, but that's a super save from Yash. What a move. One of the passes of the day. One of the passes of the tournament. Just dinked it over the top of everybody. And David is a sublime player. That's why he's captaining this sublime team. Minerva almost get another chance. Jayesh plays it to Nikhil, who will wait for a bit and then go at the players himself. Nikhil Mali, good save again from Yash. Got that final touch. corner. And now a counter-attacking opportunity for Minerva, but they play it wide. Still a chance. Not taken. Ah, that's a poor pass from Shamshad. Has a 3-on-1 situation. In fact, it's Sandeep. And another poor pass, this time from Minerva's point of view. Five to play. 15 on the board for Bhawanipore. And Shamshad couldn't get that touch correct. And that's a nice move, and that could be the goal, but it's just eluding them. Lovely turn, but the finish just didn't come. And here Shamshad on the other side. Twists and turns, doesn't get any space. Here come Minerva. Still looking for that first goal. Shot is taken, they finally get it. A sigh of relief as Suraj Bhairat scores. And Bhawanipore will not keep the clean sheet that they've been looking for. Nice step over, open it up for himself and hits it into the first post. Nice finish into that first post. Amit couldn't get down to his left. Four to play. Can Minerva get one more maybe? Almost two there. What a performance this has been from Bhawanipore. And the rest of the competition will have to take notice of this sort of a performance. Here's Rolubuya. David turns, almost sets up the shot. In fact, does set up the shot. But there wasn't enough space for Sachin. Nifty work there again by Nikhil Mali, who's gone all the way back to defend. It looks like Jayesh is playing like a sweeper keeper here. They're trying something different, basically using this as a training method. This is incredible from Bhawanipore. So this happens quite often in futsal. You'll see it in hockey as well, where your goalkeeper becomes an outfield player, changes the jersey. They're basically thinking of this as the shot is taken above, basically thinking of this as a situation where maybe we're trailing by a goal and we need a goal in a few seconds or a few minutes, and using a game situation to maybe prepare for a tight semi-final or final clash. And it looks like Minerva are doing the same. And now the keeper Amit is back. So basically what happens here is every time you attack, the keeper comes off because it is rolling sub. So Amit will play this and maybe go off. Depends on if they keep possession or not. Bhawanipore has brought down. That's a poor challenge. And that'll be a yellow card. Apologies come in. So this is really interesting. You hardly see it. You only see these things in futsal. So now Jayesh will come in, or is coming in here and there whenever Bhawanipore have an attack, and when they're defending, Amit comes on to keep. As you can see, Jayesh is there again. Now an opportunity to shoot. That's a poor shot. And here you go. Jayesh back off. He's also got a jersey with a goalkeeping jersey with his number on it. So this is fantastic to see. Only in futsal, as you can imagine. They've lost possession though. Jayesh has to come and win it back. And the same is done from Minerva. James has a jersey with 11 on it. Of course, you can't change your jersey number during the game. You can change the color and become the goalkeeper, of course. Asking Jayesh to stay there. Let's see how he does as keeper. Must be a decent goalkeeper. And this could be the opportunity. Oh, great block there. Was on target. James moves it forward. And as you can see, Jayesh, when when Bhawanipore have the ball, and even James, when Minerva have the ball, they're not playing as last man. They're actually moving forward. This could be a one-on-one situation. Good defensive work there. Yes, they're coming out quite a bit and playing forward. Got to take a shot here since it's Jayesh in post. Great setup. But the ball goes over the top. Chance was there for Shubham Gaikwad, but he put it over the top. Mali playing as last man. 1.5 minutes to go. As Bhawanipore will complete a fantastic quarterfinal showing. Sandeep comes back on in place of David, the skipper. Has probably played his last part in this quarterfinal. What a game by him as well. What a phenomenal team performance from Bhawanipore, to say the least. Nikhil plays it wide. Jayesh is there waiting for a tap in if he gets it. Yash goes for a shot himself. Can't score. I think a foul was spotted. I think as Yash was about to take the kick, he was blocked. So just under a minute left. That's a really nice toe poke, but great save from Yash, who's come on and done well. Sandeep Ora with that attempt. Can Bhawanipore get to 16 for the second time in the competition? 16-2 was their first win. They still haven't scored with this flying goalkeeper method, so it's not worked just yet. Nikhil could have played it towards Jayesh. He didn't. Chance to shoot, but it was blocked by the own player by mistake. Played wide there by Sachin. Bhawanipore still have it. They lose possession again though. Nikhil opens it up. Oh, what a great goal. He is something else. And Lalit, who has become goalkeeper, had no chance. Came out and Nikhil just opening out that angle and chipping it over the top. And that is 16 for Bhawanipore. A sweet 16. But a sour day for Minerva as they will bow out of the Futsal Club Championship. But they know that they were up against a mighty Bhawanipore FC who have asserted their dominance on this Futsal Club Championship once again. Phenomenal show from Nikhil Mali and the rest. And Bhawanipore await a semi-final on the 16th as they hit 16 past Minerva today. Good camaraderie between the two teams. A good show towards the end when it came to the whole flying keeper tactic in futsal. You might see a few of that in the knockouts as we progress. But match number 30 and quarter-final number 2 was pretty much a one-sided encounter. So Bhawanipore book a spot in the semi-finals. They win this quarter-final by 16 goals to 1 as Minerva Academy have to bow out of this Futsal Club Championship. And coming up is quarter-final number 3 as Goal Hunters take on Ambilim Sports Club at 4 p.m. on the Indian Football YouTube channel. So make sure to join us for that. But for now, this is Liam signing off. Thank you so much for watching.